Knowing what you know now and getting the feedback that you have now, what would you tell the previous version of Britta?
You just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I know that sounds so trivial, right? You can lose the money in the market, you can lose it anywhere, right? Just at least you've learned something. I've
Yeah.
learned so much more on this journey than I would have had if I just sat idle and watched what was being idle.
Yeah.
So, I think that's kind of really what I've learned through the whole process, and it's even made me, wanna take the risk even more because you realize the risk isn't really as big as you thought it was, it's more perceived than it is real. And I think,
Absolutely.
a lot of this too, David, I come from the nonprofit industry, and not to take or cut down nonprofit industry versus for profit or vice versa, but my business has always been about relationship building. It isn't about, understanding the intricacies and the complicatedness of business. It's really relationships and making things work because it's good and it's right, and really more of a soulful driven mission in what I do. And that's kind of been the mission too, and even this process is I can't sit here from an analytical business standpoint and tell you with the profit margins, and I'm not looking at this business from that perspective whatsoever, nor did I even when starting my consulting businesses. I did it because I had a passion and a belief.
Mm.
And I believe some people are different and they need the analytics and they need the business mentality and they need to read the books and they need to be researched and they need all that stuff to quantify the right decision-making process. For me, it's more of I have a passion, I believe in it, I know it can happen. And when I started this is how silly it is. I started watching the laws of attraction. I'm like, I'm just going to believe in myself.
Uh,
Everywhere I go, I'm just going to believe in myself and envision this being a success. If I believe in it and I see it, it's going to happen.
I like it. I like it.
So
How much so, as I said in the intro, you've worked with some of the biggest names in the world. Steve Aoki, Cesar Millan. What have your experiences dealing with those types of incredibly high achieving people, has that influenced your path with Kidu?
I don't know if it's influenced my path with Kidu in specific,
Mhm.
but it's influenced my path of who I am as a person and how I perceive or execute myself personally and professionally. And I think it roots even way back to the beginning of my career when I was at an amazing a place called City of Hope, a cancer research hospital, and I ran their music and entertainment industry group. And I remember sitting in the offices of some of the most renowned executives in the music industry. And in order to get things done, within 15 minutes of sitting in their office, if they said a name, they picked up the phone, they called the person, and they made it happen. Or they saw if it was possible, or they got them recruited, or they put them on the board, or whatever it was. They sold them the tape right then and there. And it wasn't about making a list and to-dos and what needs to happen. It was about if you see it, you believe it, you execute it. And I think I've taken that initial observation, and as I've worked with individuals who are highly successful, they're the same way. If you're gonna get it done, you get it done. You don't ruminate on the what ifs and the could it be's, and you do it, right? You don't just sit and stutter.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
like any great athlete too, like, if they're gonna win the race, if they're gonna throw the trick, if they're gonna do anything, you don't sit and think about it. If you sit and think about it, you're gonna hit your head, you're gonna fail, you're gonna fall, you're gonna any great performance is lack of thought and just doing it because 'cause you're so trained, you just do it. So I think that's the kind of the mission that I've taken with me as anything that I've done is just don't think.
Mhm.
If you follow your gut and your soul, you're gonna be okay. As we're born into this world in this beautiful space where we are led by instinct. It's growth in years that teach us to lead and to think with our minds and not our hearts and our gut. And when we think with our minds, we get in trouble. We overthink and we overprocess and we overponder, and that's when error happens. But if you live by instinct and heart, you're going to make the right decision most of the time. Whether it's parenting and telling your kid, don't watch the television or get off the iPad or do the homework or whatever it is, if you lead by instinct, you're going to do it right. It's when we overthink it and worry about what they think and what he thinks and what she thinks and that we get all messed up and muddled. So I know this is a bit of a spiritual feedback, but I believe it's the same thing. Our lives intermix, whether it's business or professional.